Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's roll, nerds.
All right, Judge, first is page 4. Blackman, come on up.
Oh, she has a lawyer. Do you know?
I'm sorry, never mind, we were waiting for your attorney.
Is your lawyer here, ma'am?
I don't see her. All right, Judge, next is page 4. Brown, come on up.
I know that. Look at the phone number. That number's familiar. Is that like
Or the,
for the defense lawyer? Is that like Sulo?
we're doing arraignments first and
What is last name, sir?
Brown.
Ian Brown?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On February 26, 2025, at approximately 7:45 a.m., an officer was dispatched to a suspicious vehicle call. Upon arrival, the officer approached the vehicle and found the defendant asleep in the driver's seat. The officer noticed the tires were covered with mud and grass and there was fresh vomit on the ground next to the driver's side window. The officer attempted to wake up the defendant, but he had some slurred words and went back to sleep. After several attempts, the defendant woke up and tried to put the vehicle in drive. The defendant attempted to turn on the ignition with a broken key. The officer requested the defendant's ID and the defendant handed the officer his keys. Upon second request, the defendant gave the officer a pink Hello Kitty coin purse. The officer observed disorientation, glassy eyes, dilated pupils, slurred speech, and poor balance. The defendant denied consuming drugs or alcohol and stated he was not involved in a motor vehicle accident. The officer found an empty beer can on the floorboard behind the front passenger seat. SFSTs were conducted. 4 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN. 4 out of 8 clues were observed on the walk-in turn. 3 out of 4 clues were observed on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to provide a breath sample. The officer spoke to the property owner who stated the defendant had damaged her property along the curb and showed surveillance video of the defendant operating the vehicle and strike the median, then drive into a parking lot. The defendant then nearly strikes the curb as he enters the parking lot and finds a parking spot. The defendant then puts his car in park and sits for several minutes. The defendant then put the car in drive as 2 vehicles were passing, and he attempted to drive over the curb and through a ditch towards them. The defendant made several unsuccessful attempts to launch his car over the curb before he succeeded at 2:17 a.m. Another vehicle stopped and tried to help the defendant, but he was unsuccessful. A wrecker arrived at 2:37 a.m. and repositioned the vehicle on the roadway. The officers did not arrive on scene until 7:49 a.m. and the breath results were 0.066 and 0.065.
Right, Mr. Brown, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you look to see if he has any prior DWIs?
Yes, Judge.
He has a valid Texas
He
driver.
does have a valid driver's license and he has no criminal history.
All right, Mr. Brown, you are not allowed to drive unless you have valid liability insurance in your name, car insurance. I am also making that a condition of your bond. If you do not have car insurance, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer,
Can I
sir?
apply for a court appointment, please?
Sure. So I will give you an application. I need to know everything about you. I will take a look to see whether you qualify. If you do, we'll provide you a lawyer today. Deputy Miranda is going to give an application. I'm going to have you now sign a reset with Victoria. Will, I guess, know Fleischer today?
She's here, Judge.
Oh, she's floating elsewhere? We will eventually have you meet with pretrial services to go over your bond conditions, and then I'll just have you take a seat in the jury box, okay?
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, this way. That's it for now, Judge.
Any THAs?
No, Judge.
Okay, where's Marcos? You ready?
Yes, Judge.
And what am I signing?
You'll be set.
Okay, thank you.
I got 2, Your Honor. First one is going to be Diego Gonzalez.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Done the application. He's done the T-Res. And we have mitigation. We just need to turn it in.
It's 213 days old.
Right. Well, one thing to see on this. And the reason why I asked, I have another one, that the new thing is that now they need mitigation. like I have another one I'm about to talk to you about, Guevara, that it was defective light, 0.126. They're asking for mitigation.
It is below a 0.15.
They both are. So I'm not sure.
I get it, but I have here that you've been working since the beginning of February for
The
mitigation.
application was in, the TRAS is done. So theoretically, if it were the old rules, they'd both be approved and
I'll
we'd
give
have
you a week
contracts.
mitigation and then on this one.
But you understand my point, right,
I
Judge?
understand.
All I have is that it's pending approval right now.
And I was told that it was mitigation needs to be turned in
Okay.
on both. And the same thing happened to me in court 8 yesterday, Judge. I think across the board, they're saying that you need a mitigation regardless. That's what I've heard as of yesterday. That's what I heard as of yesterday.
So what's the difference between mitigation versus, I guess, just the application, right?
Yeah, and I
Do we have like a bright line rule or?
do not judge, and what I can do is, I'm still following any rules as well. My understanding was that we were still in the old rules, which was no mitigation, if you're going to fire guys in change.
All I know is both of my guys today,
But how do you know, Shatori?
I send the TRS reports to Brenda, and then she tells me, that the clients need a mitigation package.
So could it be based on the results of the TRIs, whether they need a mitigation, you think?
I don't think so, because
I don't
one
think so.
recommended SOP and one was EEO, so.
Okay.
I talked to Spending my supervisor last week about this. My rules on that meeting was that we would lose the mitigation package.
right? So on both these guys, we turned in the app and they got the TRAS done on 2/25. So in a perfect world, we would have had the contract
Sure.
today.
Okay, so I mean, I'll give you a week on both and just try to get it in, and then,
One client of mine, I think we talked to him. Anyway, I'll get it done. I'll get it done. Okay, thank you, Judge.
sure, thanks.
Yep.
Sure. Hunter,
Morning, Judge. I'm here on Holman.
okay,
So, Judge, his felony set the 18th. I know it's not out of the same incident, but this case would have never been charged but for that case. In that case, they haven't made an offer. They have had a rib call with CW, but in the facts, it's alleged that there's a video, and doesn't seem they produced that video. I would just ask for one more reset to see if there's even an offer made on that.
whoa, are you telling me that there's a video and you haven't gotten it?
No. I'm talking about in the felony. There's a video that hasn't been produced yet, which would tend to show that CW isn't cooperating or isn't, doing what they need to do in that case. But I would like one more reset in this.
Is our case out of the same transaction as the ag?
It's not, Judge, but this case would have never been charged but for the ag.
1 second.
So Your Honor, it looks like,
Are you familiar with this case?
yeah, I just took a look. So it looks like the warrant was issued for the ag store. When they were serving the warrant, they evaded. No.
Okay,
That's,
I see.
they're not, same transaction that they're.
The felony set for 318, you want the day after?
Judge,
Or you want farther out?
I was hoping to get like 30 days.
Yeah, no problem. We'll give it to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Hold on, let me get you a date. Hold on, don't go anywhere.
What's the last name, Jen?
Bottom of page 14.
Go ahead and sign. How is April 15th through the 17th?
April 15th through the 17th.
The 16th works.
All right, it's yours.
Thank you, Judge.
Offer?
Yes, there's a time served offer.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay. All right, Hunter, we'll see you soon.
Have a good one.
You too, take care. Anna,
Can I approach, Judge?
please.
I'm approaching on Torrance, TORRANCE. Rrence. She's on bond.
Okay.
Yes.
How's she doing?
Oh, she's doing well. We're just waiting on.
No issues?
No issues. I'm just approaching because it's like 180.
Yeah, it's up there. Do you have an
Yeah.
offer?
Can't do the math in my head. But we are still waiting on TOPS. And I've spoken with the state, and Chief is still waiting for it as well.
When did you guys send it out, the talks on Torrance?
So it looks like there was an escalation request sent out so about a month ago. I have not heard back,
Council will
anything on the
reset.
case from HFSC.
How long does it take to even get a response?
Could take 30 days,
Yes.
could take a month long, 60 days.
I mean, we can't just wait months. The case it's nearly 200 days. So-
Instead of minus 7.
You want to do that? And then if it's here, great. If it's not, then are you okay with that?
That works for me.
Okay, so what's a reasonable time then?
30 days.
Or be
Yeah, but that's it. If it's not that,
Okay.
okay, done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but at that same instance though, I mean, now we're working like nearly 230 days to clear trial,
Okay.
right? So be ready.
Okay.
So work it
I'm always ready, Judge.
out it and then let me know.
Okay.
Touche.
He said, I just asked for continuance earlier, so I'm not always.
Court Commissioner, approach on a plea.
Council will reset.
Mr. David Montelongo on your docket. You ready? Can I bring him up?
Please.
Mr. Montelongo?
So this is the 18-week bit, right? Good morning, Mr. Montelongo. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. That is a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 6-month deferred adjudication. This is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but it's not dismissed. You cannot tell people it was dismissed. It was a successful probation. If you complete it, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. There's a big difference. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
For you to complete this successfully, you must do a batters intervention prevention program. That is a class that you must attend once a week for 18 weeks. You must do an anger management class, no drugs, no alcohol, no harassing, threatening, or abusive contact with a Cynthia Montelongo and a Elio Montelongo. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with us until you either complete it successfully or it gets revoked. If you don't do your stuff on time, if you pick up a new case, if you get kicked out of a class, all these are causes that could be potentially revoke your probation. We issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail. You're looking at an entire year in jail if you violate this agreement. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Knowing all this, do you still want to do this? Knowing all these consequences, by entering into this agreement, you give up nearly every right known to man. So if you violate this, holy moly, you're looking at a ton of time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Good.
I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold it for 6 months, give you the opportunity to complete this thing, and I'll make you a deal. If you do well, if you get your stuff done quick, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward. But that means be nice to everybody. Don't be a problem. Don't test positive for anything. And just be nice. It's not hard. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The worst possible thing you could do is just take off. Because once that happens, you abscond, we issue an immediate warrant. If there's ever an issue, You can come back, talk to us, and we can always work things out. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. I care about you doing the classes and you learn something so you don't come back. There's an affirmative finding of family violence on this thing. So that means you pick up another one, you could be looking at a ton of time. You understand?
Sir.
You may not own a gun or ammunition as a result of this thing as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hi, Greg. Look at you in a tie and everything.
It's set for trial, but it's gonna reset ERD.
Okay?
I know, what, I don't dress well every
I'm
day? Is that what you're
kidding.
telling me?
Come on, man. I'm kidding.
Okay. I have, today, two cases in here. First one, Alysia Williams. She is present. I believe it was a BVR, but I think she had a more recent test and she should have been clean.
Come up, Miss Williams.
And just so you know, I have just been offered a PTI, which is a drug court center. Dismiss it. So, just so the court is aware.
Judge, she did test again on the 3rd of March and it did come back negative.
That's good news. That's all we're asking. Don't use. That's all we're asking you to do. You've been given a great offer where if you complete a couple things, they're going to dismiss your case. It's not hard. Just get the things done. The quicker you do it, the quicker you're done with everything. Okay? You're going to get tested again. So be ready. Okay? Don't test positive. Okay? Good luck.
I'll talk to you about it. Just have a second. And then I don't see,
Continue on.
Yes, Judge.
I don't see fugitive prosecutors.
Did you get a fugitive case?
No, this is a reset. I mean, he should have been picked up.
Is it on?
Huh?
Is it on?
Pucci, Pouchie.
Is there a local that we're tracking?
Let me bring it up, sorry.
There's no local, so
Not that I recall. Unless I missed something.
to see when they waive, if they did.
I didn't get an email. I mean, do you want me to run across the street ERD and just come back and see if they're here?
Who?
Fugitive?
Oh, they're gonna be here. Well, let me text. Hey, do you have any dismissals on Pucci by chance? On Pucci? Yeah, jail docket, on the jail docket, it's,
I'll check my email again, but I haven't seen anything. Usually pretty good about emailing me pretty early.
oh, there's Amy. There's Amy. There you go. Maybe they'll file a dismissal here. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I didn't see it. Maybe it's on the bond doc. It's on the bond doc.
Actually,
Is he on bond, Greg?
I mean, February 20th, he kept the waiver.
What is that person's reply?
He waived extradition
Gee.
February 19th
Oh, yeah.
to Calcasieu Parish. He had 7 different charges. And reset date for pickup is 3/6, and he wants to keep the waiver was what happened. Those are my notes.
What's the word? Amy?
He's set to be figured today.
Oh, he is. Okay, so don't worry about it. He's been picked up already?
Yes, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure I wrote the documents.
I didn't get anything, that's all. So,
Yeah, I don't think he's probably yet.
yeah.
Yeah, he's been picked up. Today's just gonna file the fee.
Phil,
All
thanks.
done. You're good
All
to
right,
go.
thanks.
Thank you.
See you.
Good luck with your trial.
It's gonna reset. It's out of court 7.
It's as good as an acquittal for as long as it lasts.
I mean, I just want to get it over with at this point. I got enough on my plate.
All right, have fun, Greg.
That blocked off light schedule this week.
Are you ready?
Hi.
Good morning.
Hey.
I just wanted to say hello this morning.
Hi.
And I want to let.
Let's
Okay, yes. I can wait. Oh, I know. What is we, I'll check in second.
Who got this? Are you with me today? Will? Are you with me today? No? Hi.
Hey, Judge. So Beverly Hassan said next time we're going to set it for plea or trial. Well, we're here to set for plea.
No, she was supposed to be here, right? No. She's supposed to be here today.
Was she? Well, so we got
I can't.
Go ahead.
I mean, she's supposed to be here.
Shake on me. So here's where we're at. And we'll divulge. I don't consider this a client conference.
It's just, the bottom line is, she's supposed to be here. We've given her the courtesy over and over.
But so here's the thing, I'm saying this for the courts, just a suggestion. So she did just show us a certificate. She was able to scrape together some funds to complete a 4-hour DWI education program. That's good, step in the right direction.
She's been kicked out,
But
right?
she is, so we've got an offer of time served, okay, on a DWI first. And she's already done a lot of programs and things like this. And I know how the court feels about public safety and DWI. So we're offering the fact that she has done this program. She has done other DWI education type programs while she was in PTI. But the fact that her financial resources are now drained, she's kind of stuck in California with no means, no money, no nothing. It just makes sense to get this off the court's docket by having her, now we can get her a little additional time to get a bus ticket or something. Come here, get this off your docket, take care of it.
Today was for.
I understand.
We gave her, how many, 3 weeks?
Yes, Judge.
I cannot, obviously I have no control over her finances or her financial resources or her job prospects. But I'm hoping now that we do have, we literally are staring at the finish line. And all we need to do, literally scrape together a bus ticket, get her here. It'll take this case off your docket. We're done. One more setting, we can set it for a plea and she'll be done. Otherwise
Monday. She has until Monday. If she's
Monday?
not here Monday, then I'm revoking the bond. That's it.
Okay, I'll see what I can make
And I
happen.
can't, 430 days old. We've literally 3 times
I appreciate your
reset
time.
it to get her here.
Giving her that opportunity.
How much is a bus ticket from?
Honestly, more expensive than you'd think. And I can't even imagine, can you imagine riding a Greyhound from California to Houston? I can't even imagine that. A lot of stops. If they drive straight through, that'd be one thing. You stop in every tiny little town along the way, so.
I think that we've been more than accommodating.
You have been. You have been.
I'm not going past Monday. At some point, I think that she's just toying with us where she can't borrow or somehow
So if I
find
thought
it.
that, I wouldn't be here advocating the way that I am.
How do I know that?
Well, none of us know.
Right. So that's why she could be just toying with us. How do we know? So I'll give her till Monday. If she's not here Monday, I'm revoking the bond.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you.
Okay, for sure.
Judge, just a reminder, we have that arraignment.
Oh, okay. No, Sebastian, come on.
Okay, Monday, Judge.
Hey, Judge, we're approaching on Mr. Glover. We're trying to work out a plea. I think the only, sorry?
Me?
Yeah, Judge. So basically, he has a parole hold and I'm not sure.
Is he in
I think-
custody?
And the credit didn't approve. He's been in custody since January 2nd, but the credit hasn't been accruing under the cause.
Oh, he's under, obviously, if he's in jail, I'm gonna give you the credit.
Okay, that was-
I just need to know that he's been in continuous custody and not out.
Okay, perfect. That was what we.
Because he's showing on bond for both of our cases, but, right. Let me see when the parole hold is placed. 1, 2. Of course, I'm gonna give it to you, man. Come on.
We'll write up the paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Was there ever any doubt, Will?
No, I knew.
Yeah, I just needed to get the
It
paperwork.
was, their due diligence.
Ready?
Yeah. All right, Judge. Page 12, Harper, come on up.
But he had 2 free radishes.
I will say that.
That should be easy. Yeah.
From what I'm looking at.
Maybe a channel.
So I can fix that and then, yeah, I actually called to keep his own. So once it does work, I will put it to stamp copy of the bond conditions for letters being due. And it'll make it valid.
Would you like to sit down, ma'am?
Yes, thank you. I don't know.
Morning, Ms. Harper.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you were charged with assault causing bodily injury. You were facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On January 28th, 2024, an officer was dispatched to an Avis rental car in Houston, Harris County, Texas for an assault call. Upon arrival, the officer spoke with the complainant, who stated she is an employee at the business. The complainant stated that a week before, the defendant was at the business returning a car, and the defendant stated there was a mistake on the receipt that needed to be corrected. The complainant stated that she could not make corrections, but her manager could when he came back next Wednesday. The defendant returned a day before the next Wednesday, and the defendant became upset because she believed the complainant told her to return that day. The defendant began to cause a disturbance. The complainant turned her back to the defendant behind the service desk and saw the defendant grab a clear plastic medium-sized display holder from the service counter and throw it at the complainant, hitting her upper thigh area. The corner where the display frame made contact with the complainant's thigh shattered into small pieces, causing pain. The complainant stated she was calling the cops. The complainant was able to capture a picture of the vehicle, and the defendant was seen getting in. The complainant was able to capture a picture of the vehicle the defendant was seen getting into and driving off in. The complainant was able to give a license plate number. The vehicle was registered to the defendant, and the complainant positively identified the defendant by a previous booking photo.
Got it. All right, Ms. Harper, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this, was it Enterprise or Avis?
Avis rental car.
Not to go back to this Avis, not to have any contact with the complaining witness, and not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? These are your bond conditions. If you violate these conditions, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. You will be put into custody. No more PR bonds. Do you mind filing those conditions? Ma'am, would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay. Deputy Mayor, do you mind giving an application? I'm going to give you an application. I need you to fill it out for me. I need you to sign a reset with Victoria. Then we'll have you just take a seat in the jury box while we get everything ready, and then I'll have you talk to the lawyer here momentarily. Okay? Please, and take your time. You ready? Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I have Guadalupe Guerrero on docket today. I wanted to talk to you about his bond. He picked up a VPO. So I just wanted to see if you were going to revoke his bond. He has no bond in felony, and I have no arguments.
Is he in custody?
Yes, sir.
BDR as well, Judge.
Oh, he picked up a felony DPO.
And one for us. I don't have any arguments, Judge.
No, Mr. Guerrero, please. Yeah. Lupe. I don't even know what happened, so let's figure it out. I mean, all I know is that this is a third VPO. You know?
Correct. The state has made an offer. He wants to think about it. If we can get a reset until after his felony court date, which is next month, I believe, April 23rd. And then on our next setting, he'll let us know.
Did you offer?
I'm Sebastian.
Or is this?
Yeah, Sebastian offered a tentative offer of maybe 90 days. He didn't put it in yet, though.
Okay. It'd be interesting to see, is there an offer upstairs too? Do you know?
Let me check.
I mean, it's a new case. It's like,
It's brand
I
new.
can't imagine there is. It was filed,
Mhm.
5 days ago, so.
Yeah.
No offer on the cases upstairs.
I mean, theoretically, we could have a hearing to hold him at no bond.
I leave it to the court. He has no bond upstairs, regardless, he's going to be here.
Let's see, what did they say? You need translating?
No, he speaks good.
Good morning, Mr. Guerrero. With us, you have picked up a terroristic threat in January of this year. A month later, you pick up a violation of protective order. It's now come to my attention that you've picked up yet another violation of protective order. I have no idea what happened in that new case. We're going to find out. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. The felony.
The felony? Okay, yes, Judge. On February 28th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a suspicious persons call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. On scene, the officer observed the defendant across the street from the complainant's house. The complainant advised that she made multiple reports on the defendant, and on January 28th, 2025, the defendant was ordered not to go within 200 feet of the complainant's residence as a part of a MOA. The defendant was at her residence on February 27th, 2025, and stayed about 20 minutes and knocked on a window. On February 28th, 2025, the defendant returned and the complainant observed the defendant sitting on her porch.
So the newest one is from the 28th, just gets filed in March.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we know if any threats or anything like that happened?
No threats are alleged. We've made 2 attempts to reach out to the complainant since the incident and she hasn't answered yet.
Okay. We have court orders for a reason, We don't like to just put people in jail willy-nilly for shies and giggles. And I get that you have nowhere else to go, but a court order is a court order. If you ever have any issues, come back, talk to us. Perhaps we can work something out, but you just can't do stuff on your own. It's not the worst, right? So what I'll do is I'm just going to raise the terroristic threat by $1. Okay. I'm not going to give you a bond reduction yet on the new case. So on the VPO, the violation case that you have with us, the bond is set at $25,000. On the terroristic threat, your bond is set at $2,500. You have a PR bond on that case. I'm going to yank the PR bond because we can't just continue to do this. I'm only going to raise it up by $1, but I don't know if you're going to get out, but how do we get your attention, Mr. Guerrero? What do we do? No means no. So I am now going to place a leg monitor on you. If you get released, I'm putting a monitor on you and I'm giving you a 1,000 feet radius that you're not to go where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you're going to get out because you're being held at no bond on the felony case, but if you do, just don't go back. That's all we're asking you to do. Okay, so
We're gonna get a reset until after the felony, so he can think about the offer and see what's happening there, and then
Okay, so the felony's set for
April
April 23rd. You want to do the day after?
Yeah.
Okay,
the day after.
I'm sorry, but we just come back. We can find you a place to stay, Mr. Guerrero. Doesn't have to be like this. Really. All right, good luck, friend. So I need him to sign conditions, so
Okay.
before he takes off.
Okay.
So,
I'll need a later.
so Felicia, so GPS prior to release, no weapons, no going within 1,000 feet of lives, works, and then prior to release.
Yes, Judge.
And then, so 2501
Yeah.
Please. on the terroristic threat, Guerrero. Jesse, hey, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Hernandez Quinteros is on your docket today. Spoke with the DA earlier and they just completed the RIP and was just released and I don't have it yet.
Okay, we'll give you a couple weeks. It's old, so at the next setting, if you want PTI, please have everything ready. It looks like mitigation on everything now.
If first be okay.
Sure, thank you, but just be ready. Accurate. Okay, if you want it. Okay, take care.
Judge, and we're revoking and raising, on both of the Guerrero pieces or just the terrorist?
Terroristic threat by $1. Okay, machine. Hey,
I'm approaching on Kevin Caesar,
okay.
and he has accepted the Clean and Green program, and we.
Is this what we talked about then?
Yes, and so we paid the fee, submitted the contract, and signed up for the earliest date, February 7th.
Did they get a hold of him for the thing?
So I emailed the prosecutor. He said someone called him, but he didn't know who. And he said, are you willing to do it early? He said, yes. So then I was like, did they call you back? Because they said they were calling back. No. So I emailed the prosecutor assigned to the case and said, this is what happened. We're willing to do it early. Can we do it? And she said, I can't help you. Go log in. And I logged in and the earliest date was May 28th. And we already have April 30th.
Okay, so just
I'm
keep
just-
it, just,
I'm trying to get it done, but
don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. We'll set you, I guess, a couple
May
days
1st or
after.
2nd or something. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
I was gonna approach on a plea for Kevin Halbert.
I'm ready to do this. Mr. Halbert? Are you ready?
She told me it's open to me. I have no idea.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
on Halbert?
Yes. Apologies.
You're talking about someone else? You're doing good. Don't worry about it. So he's going in now?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Halbert. Mr. Halbert, you're charged with assault and bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
So sure he said.
All right, so Mr. Halbert, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 135 days in jail with credit for the 35 days that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accuser. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It's going to be there forever. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? You still want to do this? How do you plead to the assault, guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement, and we'll take you into custody now to serve your sentence. Well, good luck to you, sir. Thanks. So, Deputy Miranda, we need to take him into custody now. He's going in. Do you need him still?
No, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he's got time to do him, right?
You gotta do 10 days.
Yeah.
And Judge, I was able to reach out to Garrett's mother,
From yesterday?
From yesterday, yes. Your punch was correct. She did want him to return to the house. But basically her rules that she said is that she doesn't want him threatening or harassing her. I implored her that if he does anything threatening or harassing, that she needs to call the police. So,
All right.
sounds like we're good there.
Hopefully, it'll work out.
Right. I don't want to see anything.
Abel, that was your case, right?
Oh, yes.
Sir?
So they got a hold of mom yesterday, remember?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
She was in the hospital.
Yes, I talked to her yesterday.
Just so you know.
She was okay with him returning to the
Freya.
home. Obviously, it doesn't.
Harmful injuries contact.
Yeah, no assaulting, no threatening or.
She's here.
So, should be good. We can talk a little bit more about it later, but she just wants like anger man.
Freya.
Hi, Judge. We're here on Nathan Porter, an off docket.
Yes, Judge, the manager is asking for an extension, so I'm waiting.
Did you hear that?
I couldn't hear it. I just heard request.
So she said that she needs an extension and she's now entering in a pre-signed waiver. So it sounds like to me they need more than 3 days. Right, Amy?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, so he does have a pre-signed waiver?
Let me look, let me make sure. But it's still gotta be within the 30 days, so. Wow. Hey, Shreya.
Yes, Judge.
Let me read this to you.
Okay.
So these are some of the conditions that you agreed to for supervised probation in Arizona. I will report any contact I have with law enforcement to the APD within 72 hours. I will submit to a search and seizure of person and property by the APD without a search warrant.
Arizona's not messing around, Judge.
I'll tell you what. I don't see where is it, the pre-signed waiver?
Oh, it was on that first page. Do you have that one on?
This one?
Yes.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, I missed it. So it says here, I acknowledge receipt of the conditions of my probation and any attachments added. I understand that by not abiding by the conditions of my probation can be revoked and the court may sentence me in accordance with the law. In addition, I waive extradition for any probation revocation proceedings in this matter.
Okay. So when do you want to reset it, Amy?
So the 30 days would be reset to 4.
Okay.
Here, let me give this to you because we don't need that. And then I'll enter it. We'll do it now. Have you spoken to him yet? Is he here?
No, he's not here. I spoke to him 3 days ago. I've got contact information for him though. Well, like a family member.
Do you want to put him on the docket for tomorrow so you can explain it to him? So he knows?
Yes, especially since it's a lengthier reset. I'll let his family
You
know, but
put
if
him
we
on for
could,
tomorrow so that she can at least contact with him and let him know what's going on. Okay.
that'd be great. Thank you so much, Judge.
And then that way, and then after tomorrow, you can set him for that, whatever the date is that you. Okay. Shrey, anything else?
Nope, that's it. See you tomorrow, Judge.
Okay, see you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Amy. Ms. Tichy.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi.
I'm here on Miss Malvo, Deja Malvo, the mother with the son. Her appearance was waived today, and we got a short reset for the state to get in touch with the son, and I believe that they have.
Yes, we have heard from the son. He said that he is okay with amending the bond conditions. He is okay with allowing her to come to his games and is okay with her, with communicating with her over the phone. But he said he's already doing both of those things. But he made it
But
clear
she's
that
not supposed to have contact with her. I mean, what the hell? Why do we have court orders if no one's gonna follow it? Really? I mean, we're supposed to know about these things and we take action on it. You can't just do whatever the hell you want to do, which is what's going on.
Judge, it's an allegation that has not been presented for me to
But a
defend.
court order is a court order.
An
know,
allegation of a violation of a court order that needs to be, I need to be noticed so I can defend it. I can't
I
defend it
get
on
it.
the
Well, that's
fly
what I'm
today.
saying, you know? if there's a violation, you gotta let us know so we can take the appropriate action,
Yeah, Judge.
you know?
So she is in the process of doing the PTI work to get the case dismissed. And
It doesn't make me feel better that she's still violating court orders, you know?
I know, but I tell you that to argue the point that this case is probably going to be disposed pretty quickly anyway.
I understand.
So we would just,
So you need to let me know when these issues come up so we can take appropriate action, you know? I mean, how are we really supposed to let her go to the basketball games and this, and she's not gonna have contact with him? I find that hard to believe that's gonna happen because she's still having contact with him now.
well, Judge, last time you said that you would not be amenable to that, and I have explained that to her.
But she's still having contact with him now.
I can't control that, and I don't have any allegations in front of me to respond to that. I hear the court loud and clear on that. But I did relay last time that the court was not amenable to the contact at the games because she was here and she heard everything. And so we were just coming back to see if she could at least amend it for the phone and have it. So if she is in violation, which I'm not admitting she is, she would no longer be in violation on that, in that regard. And then hopefully she'll get this PTI done by the end of the week, and this is the last you'll hear of me on this.
Setting this case for Monday. She must be here Monday if she's not done with it. And then I'm gonna take,
Hold on just a second, please. What day am I in? Monday is, I don't even know what day I'm in right now, Judge, sorry. It's been a long week.
day next week, Ms. Teachy.
Um,
Anything but Friday.
the 12th would be the easiest for me to make sure that I can be here, Judge, is that, because I have
That's
appointments
okay.
in the 8, in
Okay.
court 8, and I can just pop over here with her.
I'm okay with that.
3/8, and she's got to be here and she has to be finished with the PTI?
Or I'm setting her case for trial. And then we'll respond to the, you know, allegations. But I'm not happy with her, you know, I'm not gonna acquiesce. She's doing whatever she wants to do. You need to reach out to her now, that if she continues, then I'm gonna take appropriate action. I'm not gonna agree to this now. I mean, she has a week left, let her do what she needs to do, but she's continuing to do what she wants to do anyways. And please reach out and let her know that or let him know that no means no.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
All right, Judge, I will
Thanks.
tell her that the court was put on notice of the violations and is now either get it dismissed or
We'll
we're
have it
gonna go to trial. That's kind of hard on me though, Judge, because I was just appointed, but I'm being punished for it, but we can address that on.
Set it for trial if she's not done by Wednesday then.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Ms. Strong.
We have Elio Guerrero.
Hold on a second. Let me, real quick, I have it to Ben. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Glover. Got it. Okay, so Mr. Glover, you have picked up a burglary of a motor vehicle. You've also picked up an assault of a family member. On both of those cases, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 120 days in jail with credit for the 66 on the assault and 68 days on the burglary of a motor vehicle. You need to understand that both of these cases will go on your record. They will be there for the rest of your life. On the assault case, there's an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning you pick up another one of these, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony, 2 to 10 of the penitentiary. And if you've been to the pen, it could be just, they can continue to enhance your punishment, perhaps 5 to life, 15 to life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
On the burglary of a motor vehicle, that is also an enhanceable offense, meaning you continue to pick up those cases. At some point, they'll hit you with a felony on that as well. Do you understand?
Sir.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in any misdemeanor court here in the state of Texas. Any misdemeanor you pick up, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no turning around. This is stuck. It'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do?
So,
You also need to understand that if you're on parole, pleading guilty to both of these cases, they may revoke your parole, sending you back to prison. What is ISF? I don't know what's going to happen, but they can revoke your parole, send you back to prison. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
You still want to do all this? How do you plead to the assault and the burglary of a motor vehicle, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to both cases. I'm going to roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck to you, Mr. Glover. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, Ms. Strong, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we have Jose Guerrero. This is an old case. It's from 2020.
You have another Guerrero?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's an old case. It's from 2023. The state wanted a 30-day reset to look over the case to see.
It was a 2B warrant, Judge.
Okay. Is discovery complete on the case?
It says the 911 call is still in progress. It was requested on the 14th, but I mean, if it's from 2023, I don't know if they would still have records 911.
Yeah, I think they keep them, what is,
Oh, wait, no, that's on the phone. I apologize. Yes, discovery is completed. Besides, we need to subpoena for the medical records.
do you have an offer in the case?
No offer yet because this case just came onto my docket, so I'm trying to reach out to the complainant to see if I can get in contact with him first before I make any offer.
Okay. So he's really just, it's been in,
Yes, the first setting on this case was on January 13th, 2025.
yes, so they filed a 2B December of 23. And looks like he didn't get picked up until, January of this year. So we'll just give you like a normal, just, right. So it's like, how long you been on it? Did you just get appointed?
Yes, well, I've been on since the January
Do like
setting.
settings. I mean, you don't have to just have 30 days. Well, normal because it's been in just a 2 weeks.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Can I approach?
Yeah.
Judge, I'm approaching on an off docket. If I can just give you the cause number 1 second. Let's see, Judge. So Judge, are you ready for the cause number?
Yeah.
It's a 252-6711. It's a Nicholas Marina Odiambo.
Okay.
And Judge, I just want to get ahead of this. He has a bond violation report that I think is, if it hasn't been filed yet, it'll be filed soon.
I see it.
Okay, Judge, he missed a drug test.
Is he here now?
Judge, he went to Arizona. His mother's in the hospital. She's diabetic and she has a lot of health problems and she broke her ankle. And so he went to Arizona kind of as a family emergency to take care of her.
Let's do this. I'm gonna give him a week to go to a Quest diagnostic
Okay.
and get it to us. If he doesn't, then I'm gonna revoke his bond.
Yes, Judge, for that, I will have to make an amended order for him. I can't do anything right now. He's actually been on my computer for like the last 30 minutes because everything is broken. But as soon as I can, I think
Okay.
into it.
So he has a week to go to Quest and get the result to us. If he
Yes,
doesn't get
Judge.
it done, then
He said that he could be back by about April 9th. He's just been taking care of his,
I get, but
but
he's
you want,
called,
within the next week,
he's supposed to, right. So
have him
he's
go to
supposed
Quest
to let
Diagnostics.
everybody know, so you know what I mean?
Is there a
You can't just-
particular drug panel you want him to get or is there a comprehensive
You
one?
can get that information from pretrial services.
Okay.
Just tell him to
Hey,
call.
but it has to be Quest,
Quest Diagnostics,
like
okay,
not Ponca City drug testing.
right,
Right,
okay.
okay.
He just has to call.
Thank you, Judge.
Abel's on.
I always tell him to call pretrial
Oh, you got it? Okay.
So-
I have to give this to the state so they can see it too. I just wanted to, so if you want to make a copy,
Yeah, let me look at it.
and then,
Sometime last week.
is that your case? Abel, what's the cause number?
It's 255-4344.
It's 2 cases, Judge.
And it's, yeah, it's 2 cases.
Sebastian, is that, did you get it?
255.
4344. There's two cases.
Ms. Williams, Raquel. I think she may be the last person.
Okay.
The last time we were here, you asked me to submit information for PTI. We were supposed to get that together. I have not done that. It's on me, not her. She submitted it to me.
We've been working on it since January. We're now in March.
She did, she sent me the information. It just was pieced together and I've been out. I haven't been well, so I just need some time to
So we can give you a week.
together. That's fine, Judge.
Is that enough to get it in?
You will give me a-
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Ready?
Hey, bottom on page 29, 1 week, please. Is that enough, Ms. Ms. Moore?
I'm actually going to ask for it to be, Monday or another day that I'm here, so I can get it.
A week is enough
That's fine.
What did you say, Judge? I didn't hear. To do
to
what?
submit the mitigation packet.
Oh, more time for
Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Judge, we're approaching on Mr. Joshua Connor. The last we were here, I'd informed the court and the chief that I was having problems downloading the last time we were here, we didn't have the videos. And you had given us to the day to get that video. The chief has provided me a video, but it will not download. The chief is thinking about just getting me a USB to look at. But he has the video. I've looked at it on his site, so I know it's there.
Okay.
That's sure more likely to get you for the issue.
When do you think you can get it to him?
If I can run downstairs and get a USB, I can do it today.
Okay, let's see. Can you just get a little bit of time and he can get it to you today and then we'll give you like a week?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm pretty
sir.
short staffed today, so.
Take your time. I'm here. I'm
Go to it.
all day. Take your time. I'm ready.
Back on Jose Guerrero, do you have any other bond conditions aside from the ones from the magistrate?
Is this the one that we revoked?
No, that was Guadalupe Guerrero. What Jose Guerrero, we were just talking about if that was the 2B.
He's in jail?
No, he's here.
Come up, Jose Guerrero. So he has a felony assault from January
Yes.
and then our assault here. Let's do PC because I don't remember anything.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerrero, you were charged with assault causing bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On June 14th, 2023, an officer was dispatched to a residence in reference to an assault call for service. The complainant entered into a storefront to make the report. The officer identified the complainant by his hunter's identification card. The complainant stated that he and his family were at their residence in Houston, Harris County, Texas on June 10th, 2023. And he stated that some friends later identified as the defendant came over to the residence to discuss the complainant working at their residence located in Cleveland, Texas. The complainant described the defendant to be in his mid-20s to early 30s, and they were all sitting around. And Ms. Bougon asked the complainant if they could drink while they ate. The complainant did not have any issues saying yes to the request. Then Ms. Bougon then asked the complainant if he could play music while they ate, drank beer, and talked. The complainant stated that while he was looking down at his phone attempting to start playing music, the complainant's son, Jose, struck him in the face with his left side, causing it to be swollen. The complainant stated he believed it was a close fist punch, but was not sure due to him looking at the ground at his phone. After the defendant struck the complainant, all three parties left the premises. The complainant stated that after the altercation on June 11, 2023, he felt pain and discomfort in his mouth and thought it was a broken tooth, but the pain got increasingly worse, where he felt like he needed to go to the emergency room. The complainant went to the hospital at a later date and then called officers on 213.
Okay, so what happened in the felony case then, please?
Yes, so on January 12, 2025, an officer met with the complainant who stated her boyfriend began going through her phone and accused her of cheating. The defendant grabbed the complainant by her arms and squeezed them, causing pain. The defendant then punched her in the face and threw her to the floor. The defendant then stomped on the complainant's head several times, causing pain and for her to bleed from both ears.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand? If I find that you become a danger in any way whatsoever, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to have teeth falling out. Do you understand? You are not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, and I'm going to test you like crazy. In fact, I'm going to send you for a drug test right now. Do you understand? If I find that you're using, it's really not going to go well for you. You're not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to go where they live, where they work, anywhere. Can you run his license, see if he has a valid Texas driver license? Submission.
It says that, oh wait. It says, the CDL is
Cortez?
unlicensed.
If you do not have a Texas driver license and or liability insurance in your name, you are also not allowed to drive. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm sending him for a drug test now. If you fail to go test, if you fail to come back, a warrant for your arrest will issue. Take the test, you must come back. Okay, take a seat for me.
Council for reset.
Judge, fortunately on Mr. Weber, let me hand this back to you.
State, did you see this? Okay, I'm gonna, can I?
Yeah.
Okay, so, can I file that?
Council
I
for
have seen
reset.
these filed in these before, so I would imagine. Confidential. There's a.
Can you mark it confidential?
Yeah. I'll put it in seal.
Okay, that's it, seal it. Okay, because I don't, yeah,
That probably should be.
good idea. Okay,
Judge, put you for PC on this one.
well, hold on a second, I don't even have him.
Exactly, that's my problem. He's in custody and needlessly, without probable cause being heard. I was told that that was the reason I was appointed to him this morning.
No.
that
So
he
I
could-
appointed you because we had gotten those two letters. I didn't want to just file it and I wanted to take the appropriate action when we got, because we got those two letters. I don't know who sent it. All I know is that we got it and I wanted someone, that's why I appointed you to see it. I don't know anything about probable cause. I just know that we don't have him here today because I
Right.
guess he's still in processing.
Correct. And so you will not entertain hearing probable cause without him.
I guess let's do it. Did the magistrate already hear probable cause? I mean, it looks like a magistrate already found probable cause. You don't think there's PC?
No, Judge.
Okay.
All right, March 4th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched from assault home. Officer met with the complaining witness, who stated that the defendant is her boyfriend of 3 years. Complaining witness stated that they got into an argument over where to eat.
The complainant and defendant both denied that an assault occurred. Officer then spoke with the witness who stated that she observed the complainant enter the vehicle. The defendant opened the front passenger door and punched the complainant 5 times with a closed fist. The witness stated that she then observed the complainant and the defendant get out of the vehicle, and the defendant punching the complainant several times with a closed fist.
Wait. Okay, so initially, the defendant allegedly punches 5 times, you said? Or the witness? Or the?
The witness observed the defendant punch.
Okay.
5 times. The witness stated that she then observed the complainant and the defendant get out of the vehicle, and the defendant punched the complainant several times with a closed fist. Officer then spoke with.
Abel.
Judge.
There's no PC?
The CW says that no assault or terroristic threat happened.
Okay, there were
To the
officers.
officers. It's based on her feeling pain, and she's saying nothing happened, Judge. If she's saying that she wasn't threatened, she wasn't threatened.
Well, no.
Whether 20 people or 100 people see it.
Well, bodily injury can be inferred. You don't need somebody to say pain. You can infer bodily injury from conduct.
So what about the terroristic threat?
So the complainant at the end, the witness stated that the defendant stated to the complainant, quote, "I'm gonna fuck you up."
Again, if she doesn't take it as a threat, it's not a threat, Judge. We might think it is. And we can infer all we want, but that's not.
I'll refer that one to the court.
Okay, so it was at the time that the alleged assault is occurring? He says, "I'm gonna fuck you up." And he allegedly follows through. I mean, I think there's enough for probable cause, it's such a low standard,
Well,
I don't agree. Let's agree to disagree.
Sure, and we can, right? But we have someone who's punched her 8 times in the head. You're telling me that's not gonna?
Well, I mean, sometimes that behavior is not that it's defensible, but it is permitted under the law, whether it's self-defense. I don't know, Judge. I don't know the whole facts of the case. I just have what the initial summary of the report is.
I think that there's enough PC.
Yes, sir.
To go forward.
I'd ask that you grant him, based on what the CW wants that the case be dismissed and what she's saying from the get-go, that you grant him PR bonds on these 2 cases.
I'm gonna be opposed, Judge. I don't think that the conduct here warrants any sort of PR bond. I think it's concerning that, there's a complainant who was adamant that nothing occurred, and the 3 independent witnesses are saying that she got assaulted. Pretty consistent with each other.
So let me read this to you. Because there's more. It says, motions for bond conditions, MOAP. Defendant assaulted and made a terroristic threat against the complaining witness, yada, yada, yada. Complaining witness denied same. However, there are numerous witnesses who heard the threats and saw the assault. Witness Kirby saw defendant swing at complaining witness 3 to 4 times and assault complaining witness. Witness Grantham saw defendant open passenger door to the car, punch complaining witness 5 times with a fist. Then complaining witness got out of the vehicle and defendant punched her 4 times in the stomach and in the shoulder. Complaining witness Sitpak saw defendant punch complaining witness 5 to 6 times with fists in the vehicle, 3 to 4 times more when she got out. I think there's enough problems. And I'm not ready yet. He's in processing now. We'll get him, because the problem is if I grant a PR bond now, he's gonna be out and I can't put conditions on. And I'd like to put conditions on, and we can talk about it when we get him about a PR bond and stuff. Okay? The magistrate set bond on both of the cases. I'll keep it for now and then we can talk about it tomorrow.
Yes, Judge. I also have Mr. Cortez.
Okay.
Would request a PR bond. Don't shoot the messenger on this one.
Yeah. I will never, I'm never going to begrudge you for, zealously advocating, really. Let me bring him out here. Let me talk to them. Do you mind bringing Cortez out real quick, please? Are you ready? Let me talk while they're bringing out. Let me talk. Okay.
I've got an off-docket matter.
Okay, what you call it?
It is 2553123.
Okay.
Mr. Hegood,
Yes.
and he's here, and we're asking for a walkthrough. And they've spoken with the complainant.
Hey, good, come up, please. Mr. Burns, are you hearing this too? Oh, you have. You are Mr. Hegood.
Sir.
Mr. Hegood, you are charged with violation of a bond condition or protective order. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay, Sebastian.
All right, on February 24th, 2025, officer was dispatched in reference to a possible violation of protective order and made contact with Patty first. Stated that her ex attempted to contact her via Fortnite on an Xbox game system.
It's my jam. Fortnite? That's my jam.
He stated that she received messages under a username, OBT Hegood and LLUVVMEE. Message she received stated saying, "Hey you, I miss your voice," and then received several friend requests. And she knew that the complainant would have stated that from prior experience, that was linked to the defendant's.
So he's trying to contact you through Fortnite.
Right, through the messaging system at the Xbox.
Right, okay. All right. Mr. Hegood, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I want you to know now that the Texas Constitution does not allow me, but in very, very limited circumstances, to have a hearing to hold someone at no bond. You are now charged with a violation of protective order, and I'm putting conditions on your bond now. If I find that you violate these conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at zero bond, no bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person in this county. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
So the problem is that he's got an impeding breath, I guess, against the same person now, right?
Yes, Judge. Just for the court's awareness, I've spoken with the complainant, she's not on board or anything like that. I think counsel and I have agreed that, no contact is going to be best moving forward. There's some issues with the cases that we'll look over, but just wanted to bring that to your attention.
What about bond? Because we need to set a bond and.
There's a $5,000, I think they've requested a $5,000 bond.
Okay.
I'm asking for a $1,000 bond. And if I may, Your Honor, during the altercation, I showed the state a video that shows her being very violent. And during that altercation, his Xbox was broken. So he's denying I don't know how Xbox works, and I don't know how Fortnite works.
Hey, you never played Xbox?
Judge, my 10-year-old plays it.
PlayStation or an Xbox?
My 10-year-old plays it excessively, but
You've never played Xbox?
I don't. I mean, I've tried a little bit, but 2 minutes.
Oh my Lord. I mean.
I can't, I just get killed.
Help me. It's not the worst in the world, Mr. Hegood, but no means no. And I want you to understand that we're absolutely serious. If I find that you try to message this person through any means, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
I understand.
I believe that everybody deserves a chance, but I'm only going to give you one. I will not give you any more. Understand? So I'll set the bond at $3,000. I'm going to grant you a PR bond today, but you're not going to get another one. You will sign orders now not to have any contact with this person, not to use any marijuana, not to use any alcohol, illegal drugs. If I find that you're using, you pick up another case or you try to have contact by any means necessary, I don't care what it is, I will put you in jail.
Sure.
You understand?
I understand clear as day.
So it's a bond set at 3. PR bond granted. And then, I'm going to have you monitored through pretrial, so don't worry. So you're also not to be in possession of weapons as well. So you've got a lawyer, just listen to him. He'll take care of you, even though he doesn't play Xbox. And just, you know what's right, you know what's wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck. Thanks.
Case number on the bond.
Oh, it's 255-3120.
31.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Cortez, bond.
oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Burns. We'll just, you're next. Okay, come on up, sir.
255, 31.
So, what was the last name?
Cortez.
You are Joe Cortez?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
On March 4th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a disturbance call and made contact with the complainant witness, who stated that the complainant witness is her father. The complainant witness stated that her father had arrived and was attempting to load a shotgun as he was upset from a previous incident.
He was loading a shotgun?
Stated that a witness, her grandmother, and her were attempting to take the shotgun from him when the defendant hit the complainant on her left eye multiple times with a closed fist, causing pain. She stated that as he was holding the shotgun, the defendant stated to her that he was going to kill her, grappling his hands against her neck, applying minimal pressure as she was blocking his hands. The witness stated that the defendant had been upset due to a car accident and that today he was loading a shotgun. And when her and the complainant attempted to take it away, the defendant hit the complainant in the face multiple times. Officers observed the defendant as he was still holding a shotgun shell in his hands when officers arrived and observed a red mark on the complainant's left eye and forehead area.
So was it all comfortable?
He's currently unemployed and lives with CW, Judge. That's as far as I got with him in terms of anything going for him.
I got to tell you, your lawyer wants me to give you a PR bond, but Mr. Cortez, I got to tell you, you scare me, dude. You're on bond for a DWI third right now. You're allegedly loading a shotgun. You've got all this. You scare me. The last thing I want is more blood or a dead body, you know?
Yes.
So don't say anything. I'm just telling you why I'm doing what I'm doing. Is my fear is that, you know, something even more egregious happens. If we give you a PR and you go back, there's nowhere else to go. And the last thing I want is a dead body. We have enough drama in this life as it is, you know? I'm sorry, man. I can't. It scares me, you know? I am ordering you now not to have any contact with complaining witnesses in this case and not to go within 500 feet of where they live or where they work. Do you understand? I don't know if you're going to bond out, but if you do, I'm putting a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not anywhere near where these people live. Do you understand, Mr. Cortez? Life is too short to live the next 30 to 40 years in a 6x9 box. It's not. It's way too short. Do you understand? All right, thanks. Okay. Ms. Burns.
Question on Hegood, was that pre-trial on convictions? What was it?
Yeah. So you have Cortez as well?
Yes.
This is the case that we spoke about.
Exactly, last
the other day. Did something happen?
They were gonna check upstairs. He had a pending felony as well, just to make sure that we were good to go with what we had discussed. And they said yes, so.
Okay, so you got the okay, I guess, right? Okay. Mr. Cortez, come on up. Good morning, Mr. Cortez. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit.
We're pleading open to you.
Oh,
We're not doing time served. We talked to you last week about pleading open and a deferred.
It's not written as such then.
It's a medallion redirect.
Because look, it says 3 days credit.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, so basically, essentially, I guess the state and your lawyer do not have an agreement as to what kind of punishment, so you're coming to me to punish you in this case. Are you okay with this?
John.
Okay, understand that, you know, it's a first DWI. You know, we're all allowed to make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes. Everybody's human. But the problem is if you continue to make mistakes and you endanger other people's lives, that's when we have problems. And that's why we have harsher punishments, because we need to somehow get you to learn you can't keep doing this, because at some point God forbid, something happens where you maim or kill someone. That's what we're trying to prevent. You have to understand that what we're doing now, the proverbial slap on the wrist, will not happen again. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Not only that, because this DWI is going on your record, if you get pulled over, an officer's going to run your record, they're going to see that you're a prior DWI. If you smell like alcohol, what do you think they're going to do? Probably right. So if I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never get into a car because it's a huge risk. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. But like I said, from now on.
We were pleading to defer, Your Honor.
Oh, you want to defer?
Yes.
Oh, that's more different because here it says.
I don't know why the paper was okay. The state offered time served. We were coming to you for deferred.
Okay. Is this what you want to do?
All right.
Okay, so this is a big difference, right? The deferred, and thank you for telling me.
Yeah, for probation.
So this is a probation where you must complete several things, right? If you do it, then good things will happen, right? What? Okay, so I guess we'll do 180 days. Probated for, I'm sorry, so we'll do deferred for 1 year. As part of the probation, you must complete a DWI education class. You must do a victim impact panel. You must maintain a guardian interlock throughout the entirety of this case. No drugs, alcohol, random urinalysis. So anything else that you would want?
Community service, did you already say that?
I mean, what does community service do? You know, I'd rather have him take a class and learn something than just mindless, just. Do you have any children, Mr. Cortez? Does he have any children?
Yes.
No? Okay, I'm just gonna do just these, even though you're doing a deferred, officers will still see this. You get pulled over, they're probably still gonna give you a hard time regardless. So, but regardless, whenever, no matter how old you are, no matter where you go, you're on a date, you're with the Queen of England, if you have something to drink, don't get into a car. Do you understand? If you violate this probation by testing dirty, picking up a new case, you don't do your stuff on time, I will issue a warrant and we will have a hearing to determine whether you violated this probation. If you do, you're looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand? All right, how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold it for 1 year, get everything done, and then things will go well for you. Is that it?
That's great, Judge.
You done?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, keep it up.
You can wait it. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I was gonna,
Hey, Neil, I'll hit you up next. I know you've been waiting, okay?
I heard your Queen of England reference. There's
Wait, what?
there is no Queen of
Oh,
England.
that's right.
No. But I'm approaching.
He's still alive, right?
Well, I think.
Is he still alive?
Well, the crowd knows better than me. I'm approaching on the torch case, which is on the docket, TORCH.
In custody or bond?
Oh, she's on bond.
Okay.
But the state has approved a PTI request that we made. So she needs 30 days to do that, but the case is getting a little bit old on your docket.
Okay, so we'll give her the 30 days. If she doesn't have it done, let her know things are gonna go sideways. 'Cause
Have it
it's- Okay.
Yes, of course.
Got it.
Thank you, Judge.
For sure. Okay, Neil,
Hey, Judge, I've got Miss
Hey, bud.
Andrew. How are you?
it's been a while. How you been, man?
Doing well. I'm got a friend in town from overseas in London, so I'm working remotely for most of the week.
Nice.
I've got
You
Miss
have someone with
Andrew.
us today?
Pardon me, I do have Miss Andrew on the docket. It's a little bit older of a case.
Page 2, top.
There is a writ from.
What do you mean it's older? I see it's 80 days. Is that not right?
Well, I've had.
Was it a 2B?
for- It wasn't 2B. I mean, it was the offense date of 2023 and a RIP was in 2023. So I believe it was just maybe, let me see the setting.
It's probably done when it was screened.
Yeah, it's a true 80-day case, Neil, so don't worry about it. You know,
Well,
it looks
yeah,
like it's just been a 2B for that long. She didn't get picked up till December, so you've got a lot of
I
time.
see that. Yeah, maybe just a fresh RIP, not to tell them what to do, but maybe that may be.
Yeah, I've already reached out to the witness and everything.
No
I
left out.
can share those notes with you too, Neil. The notes that I took.
Did you got a hold?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Give me a second, I'll get you a reset. Yeah.
All right, great, just appreciate it, thank you. You got a good chief in there.
What's that?
You got a good chief in there.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah. Look, you got a fan club, man. Yeah, we've been really blessed around here, you know?
Yeah, no, it's nice, it's nice.
Can I have a date for top of page 2? It's a normal reset.
Was the RIP done?
Yes.
It was done initially. I need to reach out to the complainant again. I can talk to her tomorrow because she's a Spanish speaker, so I have an appointment.
All right, Judge.
You got time regardless, so don't sweat it. You said what? April 8th through the 10th, Neil. You're muted.
April 9th or April 10th works great, probably April 9th or April 10th, either one.
9 or 10, whatever.
Whichever's equal to you, just,
Okay, the 9th it is. Neil,
thanks so much, appreciate it. Maybe excuse, Judge?
you got it. Have
Good to see
fun,
you as
man.
always. Thank you.
Okay, hi, so much. Yes, sir.
How are you?
Pretty good. What's up?
Leo Rodriguez, the coordinator informs me that you'd like me to approach, apparently, her bond has been surrendered.
Oh, well, great. I'm so glad you came. So are you here for,
Ms. Rodriguez, so.
no, but are you Mr. Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So here, I wanted your opinion on what you think of this. She's currently in custody now, right?
So, what I was gonna tell Your Honor, honestly, my last communication with the family, they've informed me that they were gonna retain a different attorney. But that was 2 weeks ago, but either which way, we've been focused primarily, she has a, robbery, in the 174th. So we were trying to work that out before we address the case here. But as far as.
Are you okay with that granted?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Your Honor, so.
Thanks. I mean, she's in custody regardless, right? Yeah. Okay. I just want to get your approval though.
No problem.
Thanks, man.
Have a good day.
You too. I got another surrender. Hi. Yes, ma'am.
I am here on Al-Sakini, Muhammad Al-Sakini, and I'm just for recess, I am requesting an
Do
additional.
you have a date or a date? Do you have a offer on this case?
I believe so, the state.
It's,
I'm still waiting on some.
18 months probation.
Yeah,
you're waiting on discovery.
I'm waiting on I'm requesting things. I'm still requesting,
Is there anything that's missing?
not from the state thing. On my end, I'm still requesting certain things.
How much do you want? Because it's getting old. We need to put some
But
time.
yeah,
How much time you want?
I could just give a regular reset, we should be done.
Okay, but at that time, it's clear trial because it'll be over 220 days.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Hey, y'all.
The defendant must be here at the next setting too.
I'm sorry.
It's not waived for the next setting.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Burleson. Hey, what's up?
Yes. Doreen Seville.
Okay.
We got the agreement last night. She's signed it, sworn in. She needs till the 20th to get a paycheck so she can pay all her fees and we're good.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, of course. Morning, Mr. Brooker.
How are you? You were busy when I was here earlier, so.
Yeah, a lot of drama.
A little bit. Natalie Garza, Judge, I'm here today. The last piece of her offer required her to do a course. This new thing that they're doing now is they're verifying the identity of the person taking the course by affidavit. She sent in the affidavit, she sent in her driver's license, This was, I don't know, maybe over a week ago. They still have not responded. So we talked today about.
Who did she send it to?
Following up, I have the email, actually, she sent me the email too, showing me everything. It seems legit. This is like the second or third time I've heard this, Judge, that they're now asking for some proof that you are who you say you are by affidavit. So it's not unusual, but it's just different.
But who's she sending it to though?
To the company. Yeah, she's sending it to the company. So let me.
Is it like one of those online classes?
Yes, sir.
Has she not called them?
That's what we are talking about. So this one is the National Safety Commission. That's the name of their company, SHOTCOM.
Call them to figure out, hey, why have you not responded? What's going on?
We just talked about that outside. She will. I mean, she already followed up via email, but a call, customer service or IT or whatever, I don't know. But that's the only thing literally that we're waiting for. She paid her restitution last time, $500. We're just waiting on this document. Had they sent it like they had been doing 6 months ago, we would be finished.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's gonna have to take other action. I don't know, call them, you know?
Agreed.
I'm not gonna do a long reset because it's 230 something days old.
I don't think we'll need one, Judge. It's just, I mean, worst case scenario, she may have to take another class at another, another vendor.
Does she not have an ID?
No, she does. They just,
So I
what
don't
they're
understand
doing,
why
they
you
want
can't-
you to swear that it's you taking the course online.
No, normally they have like a little box that you would just check.
You just check it and that's it. But no, they want a picture of your ID now.
Okay, so let's roll it to Monday. Let's see if she can get it.
Understood.
Yeah.
That's all we need, Judge. Everything else is good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, good morning, Judge. I'm approaching Mr. Lauderdale. You let me roll him from earlier this week to today to try to get him into court. All my attempts to contact him have been unsuccessful.
So I'll just revoke it at 2501 and we'll let you know. Or do you want to get off or do you want to stay on?
Stay on for a little bit. That's
It's
fine.
up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, just let us know if you want to, you're welcome to get off now and then, because who knows when, but
And then I've also got that new case, Fisher. Am I good to reset him? He's bonded on this. Okay, thank you, Judge.
you ready?
Yes, sir, on Eric Flores.
Should be ready.
I'm bringing him up.
How you been, Judge?
Good, hi, Yasha. Hey, Vic,
Yes,
bottom of page 16,
yes,
bond revoked 2501,
okay.
please. You don't need a translator? Do you speak English, sir? You are Mr. Flores. Mr. Flores, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. This is a second that's being reduced to a first, correct?
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
Mr. Flores, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're now reducing your DWI to a Class B, first offense, but you need to understand 2 and 1 and 1 still make 2. You pick up another DWI, what happens?
Yeah, it's on.
No, wrong. What happens? Up to 10 years in prison. And you don't have to be falling down, slippy ass drunk to pick up. All you need is just the mildest odor. They pull you over, they look at your record, boom, it's over. Do you understand? Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never get into a car because it's a huge risk. Do you understand? The agreement that you have worked out, Mr. Flores, is there. It is a 180-day jail sentence to be probated for 12 months. You must do a repeat offender DWI education class. 3 victim impact panels. Substance abuse treatment. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. No breath test refusal. If you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you don't, then you're in violation of this probation and you will get a warrant issued for your arrest. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, and 25 hours of community service. Is this how you understand the agreement?
I understand.
You also need to understand that DWI is big business. Because this is a second offense, you will be required to pay the DPS supervisor fee. So that is now at $3,000 that you will be required to pay. And if you don't, then you will sit every day, 1 day in jail for every $100 you owe. Somehow I have to get your attention. And if it's not by money, then it will be through. Do you understand? It's unacceptable. Every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. No more. Do you understand? If you violate this probation, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. You will go to jail and I'm going to bring you back out and you are looking at 180 days in jail. That means no drugs, no alcohol. You must do your classes on time. You pick up a new case, it's just not going to go well for you. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty, sir? Guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to this agreement. So how much is the total for everything? Everything with the 3,000, please.
Ian Brown.
Here's the other thing, Mr. Flores. Because you are taking an additional DWI education class, DPS may suspend your license. So before you start driving, you need to look and you need to contact DPS to see if your license is eligible. If it is not, you cannot drive. If you drive on a suspended license, you're in violation of this probation. Do you understand? Mackenzie, do you mind running his license now?
Yes.
So we can do the, divide it out by year.
His driver's license is not eligible, Your Honor.
You are not allowed to drive. You will be signing up an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, and I don't care what your excuse is, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Understand.
Okay.
The court costs, including DPS fine, is $3,500.
Handheld device.
3,500.
That's including $15 payment plan fee.
Okay, so the total amount that you will be required to pay is $3,520. You will be able to pay it through while you're on probation because they will put you on a payment plan. I'm going to tell you, you get caught up again, it's a ton of prison time. You understand? All right, good luck, sir. Thank you, guys. Yeah, yeah. So you do like maybe 25? Yeah, okay. Hi.
Back on Mercedes Spinks, you had indicated that you would lower her bond to $3,000. I've spoken with the family, they will pay that.
Wow.
I have the waiver and the other one, so I just think we just need a bond order, bail order.
So Deputy Miranda, you mind bringing up Miss Spinks real quick? Spinks, please. Okay, I want to just admonish her that, hey, and then, okay. Amy, you good? Okay. All right, so on Miss Spinks, if you can set the bond, please. On page 44, top of 44. If you can set the bond at 3,000. Okay, so it's 2 weeks from the date of a release. I just wanted her to know that, so we're all on the same page, and then we'll.
Yes. Yes.
Excuse me.
I just don't want my phone privileges to get.
I'm taking it on.
I have that.
Yeah.
She has to sign stuff on here. Good for school today? Every class? I mean, every time I see you? Fridays. Your turn.
Are pretty good.
What? Is it like a
Wow. Lori,
essay?
Dane Mireles picked up cases. Did you see that? They're just now dismissing them.
I like.
No. This,
I thought
this is the one that came with the chat, with the bond forfeited. And I talked to them today to.
So are you still on it?
I'm still on the night, they're dismissing it today because it's.
Iraq it appropriately.
Do you have any contact with him? How's he doing? No?
You can
He didn't come to work
analyze it.
last time.
If you,
Last couple.
I feel like they won't penalize you as much versus the questions is either right or wrong.
These are the copies?
Yes.
Cool. Really nice.
We want.
Today's your lucky day, Miss Spinks.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We're very lucky to have a family that's gonna post this $3,000 for you. You need to understand there's serious consequences if you fail to go back. You fail to go, I'm gonna revoke this bond, I will set it at zero. The family's gonna lose all that money. So do you want, all we're asking to do is go back to this jurisdiction within the 2 weeks of your release. Don't wait until the last day because it's Murphy's Law dictates what can happen will happen, and I don't care about excuses. So if you try to wait till 2 days before to go up there and my car breaks down, my dog died, but I don't care. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I would make arrangements as soon as you get out. Okay? All right?
She wants you to know that she has a lawyer working right now to set up a court date, so hopefully she.
I
can
don't
provide that.
care if you come back here and it's post 2 weeks and the lawyer hasn't done squat, it doesn't matter to me. Don't depend on whoever because it's on you if you don't make it up there within 2 weeks to turn yourself in. And they haven't done what they're supposed to do. They promise you the moon, sun. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. You don't need another card, right?
No, I think I'm not right. If not, my daughter has mine.
Okay.
You want to do the?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right there.
This is Mrs. Esparza.
This is Mrs. Esparza, or you may have her as Matthews.
Good morning, Mrs. Esparza. And you were charged with facing up to 6 months.
Keep it down.
Facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 60 that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this, it will go on your record. You can never change this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty, send you to the 30, credit for 60. You also need to understand that this now makes 2. What happens on the next one? Years instead of years. Oh, this was a long sentence. Wait for the then you're looking at years. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
For a case of beer. Good luck. Okay, thanks, Lori.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Judge, on, that's what Connors, right?
Yes.
I got a chance to watch the video, put it up, finally somehow just kept maneuvering and it opened up. It was a 6.5 gigabyte. I just saw it didn't have the toxilizer.
The station video.
Station video. But I just saw the station video and I saw where he hit the curb, so. His record is clean. The chief has offered me he blew up, the BHC was a .120.
You're gonna need a mitigation packet if you
Need a
need it.
mitigation pack, cause he hit that curb, a minor accident, yeah.
It's 400 and something days old though, man. I mean,
I'll follow the sword a little bit here. It took us forever to get those videos over, Mr. Dixon, and so I will.
but
That's fair.
Yeah,
Hold on
I
a
just got the
second.
video, yesterday, Judge. I'll get right on it. I have him in my office.
so
That's
in 2 weeks, you know, let him know he's gotta get all the stuff by 2 weeks and, yeah, okay.
Fair enough. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate, start with appreciate.
Hey, Judge, I have a document in pending right now from a Mr. No from the other day. He had 2 cases with previous conditions from the magistrate. We amended them. I had him sign one, but
Wait the other
I'm
one.
about to have him sign the other.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
Judge, I have a motion, Madam Approach. I have a motion to dismiss for Hugo Gonzalez.
I signed everything.
Okay, good. His DACA, his DACA's hanging in the balance, Judge. He needs it. So you can take it to.
I got it right now.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
I'll send it right now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure, thank you. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Mr. West. Mr. West, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 9 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
And there's also a criminal mischief charge he's pleading.
Oh, I see that too. It looks like the criminal mischief is going to be dismissed.
No, he's pleading to that as well.
Oh, he is. I don't have one.
I only got one, I didn't get enough.
Are they not filed?
Should be fine.
It did.
Sorry.
I didn't get it, I'm sorry, but let me see that one. I don't have the first one.
You are harder to get a hold of than the Pope. Why don't you come to court? When you come to court, good things happen, man. You
Yeah,
know?
it should have been, I'd be weighing gas and it should be hard for me to get up here.
Come on, man.
I'm not, that's the only reason.
When you come to court, good things happen. We have things that we can give you, you know, cell phones, tablets, food, place to eat, place to sleep, whatever you want, we can give you. All you gotta do is come to court. Like, this is all the time. Come to court. From now on, it's now, because of the 2 now, you're facing a minimum 90 days in jail. Any new cases that you pick up. You go back to this place where this trespass was from. It's probably not gonna go well for you. Do you understand? So on your mischief case, it's the same deal applies. It's 30 days in jail, credit for the 9 days that you've done. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You never take it off. Is this what you want to do, Mr. West? How do you plead to both cases, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You're facing a year on the mischief and then 6 months on the other one. If you pick up any new cases, come to court. No, it's not hard. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I need to do something.
Hey, yeah, I just want to make sure you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Harper, what's up, man? Been a long time.
Yeah.
Are you doing stuff upstairs more so?
Well, they had an opening out in Fort Bend, so with my firm.
So you're more now out in Fort Bend?
Yeah, I'm handling a couple of felony cases that were already set for trial, so I'm here today for a pretrial conference. So I had somebody cover my stuff out there. I'm covering her, stuff here. But yeah.
Are you here for who?
Miss Blackson, Bianca Blackson Newman.
Right, okay, coming up, man. I'm glad that you're here. We were waiting for someone. We didn't want to get started without you guys, so. All right, so your lawyer is here now. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, excuse me. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On February 27th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to the 3800 block of Mason Road in reference to a suspicious vehicle call. Call notes advised there was an unknown female who was asleep behind the wheel of her vehicle, which was running at the time in a moving lane of travel. Upon arrival, the officers made contact with the defendant and observed her asleep in the driver's seat of the vehicle, and the officers removed the keys from the vehicle to prevent further damage. As the officer was doing this, the defendant woke up and attempted to put the vehicle in drive and leave the scene. The defendant was unsuccessful, and the officers also observed an open container behind the driver's seat and observed an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. The defendant was detained and admitted to consuming alcohol prior to driving, stating she consumed alcohol 4 hours prior, then stating it was 2 hours. The defendant stated she was probably drinking tequila. The open container in the vehicle was a bottle of tequila, and the defendant was transported to the police station for standard field sobriety tests. HGN 3 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.118 and 0.115.
Are you telling me that she's drinking while driving or
Your
is there
Honor,
evidence of
behind the
that?
driver's seat is open. That would touch any indication that.
Okay. Ms. Blackson, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? Does she have any prior DWIs, number one? Number two, does she have a valid Texas driver license? Alex, please.
One moment, Your Honor. Her license is eligible and no priors.
Got it. Okay. Ma'am, so you can continue to drive, but you're not allowed to drive unless you have valid liability insurance as well. You must have car insurance to drive. Do you understand? Okay. Now you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You do not have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel and they will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, you pick up a new case, you become a danger to our community, I will revoke your bond. You understand? Okay. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. Okay? Thanks.
Thank you,
Great
Judge.
to see you, Robert.
I've got one other.
Okay.
Mr. Nabeyama. He's Nabeyama. He's in custody.
Got it. Okay. I see it. Okay.
So
What would you like to do? on
Judge,
this?
we recently had a new attorney sub in on the case, Ms. Lanisha.
Yes.
So I believe we're still, I guess, reviewing discovery.
Yeah,
Seeing if we
it's
can-
only 80 something days. She's in custody. Or is it he?
I believe it's he, Shinjiro.
Oh, he's again open aggravated assault.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's a high bond.
One thing that we did want to clarify, Judge, I know the DA was asking if he is accumulating time while being in custody for the
If someone is, do you want me to revoke the bond so that you can formally get it? Or do you want me to just leave it on bond? I'll give you credit regardless because they're in custody now. So I always do. I'm never gonna it's a dick move not to, so. For sure.
Judge.
This person probably has enough regardless that they're so far on a first.
I'm gonna talk about 22. The
I mean-
last thing we got from this was old, so I even go ahead and pay. I mean, if you're willing to take something like DWI and it's timed out, like, you know, just.
Perhaps a global, I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking, Judge.
So, okay. Yeah, whatever day you want.
Thank you, Judge. It's good seeing you again.
You too, man. Take care. Hi, Tony, you ready?
Yes.
Hi, good morning.
I need him to, swear him.
Deeply thanks a lot.
Is your name Ronaldo?
.124.
Thank you, Councilman.
And then you're requesting information. Council, what was the reporting date that you were gonna?
21st March.
March 21st.
What is the last name?
Lazo. I'm gonna get it done for. I'm gonna get it done for.
Hey, was restitution paid
For Lazo.
for Lazo? There was an FSGI.
No, the failure to stop and give information will be dismissed.
I know, but was there restitution? I mean, did the other person?
I don't see.
It's $500 to one complainant and $900 to the other.
Januli, it's part of. So there's 500 to one person and then 900 to someone else.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Lazo.
Good morning.
Today's going to cost you big.
Le va a costar muy grande.
Get ready.
Prepare.
It's gonna cost you big today, Mr. Lazo.
Voy, señor.
You're charged of driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're also charged of failure to stop and give information.
Información.
You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 18 months. You must do a thinking for a change or victim impact panels, a repeat offender DWI education class. You must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see if other conditions must be added. If they add other conditions, you must complete them. No breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, $500 restitution paid to the first complaining witness, $900 restitution paid to the next complaining witness. 3 days in Harris County Jail as a condition.
Yeah.
What day to begin?
21st.
You said March 21st?
El 21 de marzo va a comenzar.
You need to understand that this now makes 2 DWIs that are going on your record. What happens on the next one?
Con la próxima. Like what?
If you ever pick up another DWI,
No, por
what
manejar
kind of sentence will you be facing?
ya estaría enfrentando.
Pues no sé, sería más grande, pero ya no pienso manejar y tomar.
Well, I don't know, it would be bigger than this, but I'm not planning on driving and drinking and driving.
You know how many times I've heard that,
¿Cuántas veces yo oí?
Mr. Lazo?
No Lazo.
Sí, a otros yo sé que lo dicen, pero yo sí lo cumplo.
Stop. I want you to listen.
Pero que ustedes.
Do you know how many times people have told me, I'm never gonna do it again?
Voy a volver a hacerlo otra vez.
Do you know how many times?
¿Sabe cuántas veces?
You never know what happens in the future.
Sucede en el
There's a
futuro.
death in the family.
Hay una
Your
muerte en la
wife cheats
familia, su
on
esposa,
you. You lose a son or a daughter.
un hijo, una
You
hija.
never know what happens
¿Sabe lo que va a suceder?
that will cause you
Que podría
to do
causar
something
que usted
that
haga
you
algo
wouldn't normally
que se hecho
do.
normalmente.
You need to understand
Tiene
that from now on,
que de ahora
if you ever pick up another DWI, you will be facing a felony charge, minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison.
10 años.
And you don't have to be falling down stupid drunk to pick up a felony.
Para que le den.
The only thing that needs to happen is you are in a car, you get pulled over, just the odor of alcohol.
De alcohol.
An officer is going to look at your record
Que va a mirar su expediente.
and they will make assumptions. And then you will possibly be facing a felony charge.
Inventando un delito mayor.
So if I were you,
Así que si yo
I
fuera
would
usted,
never ever, if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car. Do you understand?
Sí, yo lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
There is also a $6,000 surcharge that you will be required to pay on this case because it's a second DWI. I told you that it was going to cost you big. And I will tell you now, if you don't pay it, every $100 that you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. So you can imagine, because with court costs, you're probably going to owe around $6,500 to $6,600. You can probably guess how long it will take in jail to satisfy $6,600 at $100 per day.
Yes, I know, it's quite a bit.
Somehow, we have to get through to you so that you understand this is unacceptable. The only thing we are trying to do is prevent someone from dying. Because every day, someone dies on our road from an intoxication case. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with us until you successfully complete it or you get revoked by non-compliance. Now, if you test positive for alcohol, you do something to violate this probation, like pick up a new case. You do not do your classes on time. If you fail to pay restitution to the complaining witnesses, then I will issue a warrant for your arrest. And on a probation violation, you're looking at you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, I do understand.
How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Soy culpable, pues.
Well, I'm guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty and send you to the agreement. So in this case, as part of the plea bargain, you're also charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident. And here we have two people that were, or two different, I guess, vehicles that were
damaged, yes. They were both struck by the defendant, yes.
Any injuries?
No, Your Honor.
We were lucky that no one was injured. Because it's a second offense, I have to suspend your license. I'm going to do it for a year. Because you're not able to drive, you will get a portable device that you will take with you so that we know that you're not consuming alcohol. Do you have a portable device now?
I'm not sure which device. Let me double check, Judge. I believe it may be a scram, but let me verify.
Well, I have this.
It has
So
scram on its
what we'll
leg.
do is, once you get the portable device, I will give you an order to remove your ankle monitor. I have been paying for your ankle monitor now. I cannot pay for your portable device while you're on the probation. You will be responsible for that payment. We will give you a sufficient amount of time to pay. I can give you a 2-year, 3-year payment plan.
Okay.
How much is it? The total that you will be required to pay is $6,445. And we can do that. So that's around 200 and, you're doing it how many months?
For 16 months.
Yeah.
This is, oh, it's 18 months. Right, so it's.
It's a green card code. So he's in the white house already. That's what this is.
I have 358.
Have a green card. He's president.
Did you do 16 or did you do 18?
644.
It's 18-month probation.
But the first month is not reporting, and then they like to have the fees by the last month, so we only do it by 16.
Got it, okay. If you need more time to pay, we can always give you more time to pay. If you ever have any issues, all you need to do is come back and talk with us, and we can work through anything. The worst possible thing you can do is just take off.
Not pay?
No. The worst possible thing you can do is just take off and not do anything, because then 100% a warrant will issue. But if you have any problems, come, communicate with us, and we can always work through any issues. But I'm gonna tell you now, if I find that you're consuming alcohol, we will have a really big problem. Not to consume, and you're not to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license, liability insurance, and you have a guardian interlock in the car. I'm telling you, if I find that you drive without any of these devices and without our approval, I will grow horns because I will be so upset. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Waive the supervisory fee, because we'll just have him do all this.
Mr. Igo?
Thanks, Tony.
Oh, Tony. Tony.
Thank you. Wait.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Nolan. Oh, Abel, I forgot about you.
I was told to approach on Jasper.
Okay.
Oh, so this person's a no-show, so I was gonna revoke the bond.
Right, Judge, so he was picked up by the demanding jurisdiction. No, he's not gonna be coming to court.
He picked up a what?
He had a fugitive case along with these cases, Judge. The demanding jurisdiction picked him up already, so.
Are you in communication with him? No, right?
No, sir.
And you have no idea what's happening over there, I'm assuming, right?
None.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, bye. Done?
Yes, Judge, did you revoke that one?
Yeah, 2501 on both. I think, is that, do you want to, anybody else?
Two more in there for me though.
But anybody else on the list you want to talk about? Okay, guys, we're done. Have a wonderful day.